Day 26 Word of God Jeremiah 32-40. I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from doing them good. But I will put my fear in their hearts so that they will not depart from me. Jeremiah 32 records the prophet Jeremiah's purchase of a field in Anathoth as a symbolic act of hope and assurance in God's promise of restoration to Israel after a period of judgment and exile. This verse, specifically Jeremiah chapter 32 verse 40, emphasizes God's commitment to his people through an everlasting covenant. During Jeremiah's time, Israel faced imminent destruction due to their persistent disobedience and idolatry. Despite this, God promises a future restoration and renewal through a new covenant, distinct from the Mosaic covenant, which would ensure his continuous blessings and guidance upon his people. I will make an everlasting covenant with them, indicates God's intention to establish a permanent and unbreakable agreement with his people. This covenant would be based on his grace and faithfulness, not on the merit of Israel's obedience. That I will not turn away from doing them good, assures God's unwavering commitment to bless and prosper his people. Even in times of discipline or trial, God promises to ultimately work for the good of those who love him. Romans chapter 8 verse 28. But I will put my fear in their hearts so that they will not depart from me, reveals God's transformative work within his people. The fear of the Lord is a reverential awe and respect for God's holiness and authority, which leads to obedience and devotion. God promises to instill this fear in the hearts of his people, ensuring their faithfulness and allegiance to him. Throughout the Old Testament, God established covenants with his people, such as with Noah, Genesis chapter 9, Abraham, Genesis chapter 17, and David, 2 Samuel chapter 7. These covenants demonstrated God's faithfulness in fulfilling his promises despite human frailty and sin. In the New Testament, Jesus Christ inaugurates a new covenant through his sacrificial death and resurrection, fulfilling God's promise of redemption and forgiveness for all who believe in him. Luke chapter 22 verse 20, Hebrews chapter 8 verse 6-13. For believers today, Jeremiah chapter 32 verse 40 points to God's enduring faithfulness and commitment to his people through the covenant of grace established in Jesus Christ. It assures us that God's blessings and guidance are steadfast and unchanging, grounded in his character of love and justice. This verse challenges us to embrace the fear of the Lord, cultivating a deep reverence and obedience to God in our lives. It encourages us to trust in God's promises of eternal security and to remain faithful to him in all circumstances. God bless you and give you grace after grace.